Hello and welcome to FountainFX. We're taking a look at the pound against the US dollar. But I'm just going to quickly switch it down to a 30-minute chart just so that we can see it a bit more clearly. If we see here, there was a lot of indecision that was happening at the open of the market today. Actually, really no activity whatsoever. And the reason for that was because there was waiting for some major news to come out on the pound around about 11:30. That was on job, unemployment rates, etc., number of jobs. So if I just quickly switch into that, we can see that at 11:30, claimant count and unemployment rate was being announced for the UK. Had some further things happening in terms of the Bank of England's governor talking about inflation rate, etc. That's going on today. And so the claimant count, positive news, big difference in terms of they were expecting it to reduce by 33,000, but it's reduced by almost 42. So shows that the economy is showing some signs of recovery and strength. Employment rate is obviously still at 7.6%. 10,000 difference is not enough to make a big difference on the employment rate. But as we can see, it's made a big difference in terms of the perceived value of the pound against the US dollar. And so by looking at just simple trend lines, we can run a trend line along the bottom, we can run a trend line along the top in terms of the highs and the lows. And we can see at this point, after the news at 11:30, there was a massive jump up. Almost immediately, gap up. So this candle closed, if you consider it, this closed at 11:30 and that opened at 11:30, and in that period of time we had a gap up of around about 20 points, something like that. If I just have a quick look, close of that one was at 58.85, open of that one 59.02. So yeah, just short of 20 points, around about 17, 18 points it gapped up. And then from there it's just continued to go. So you could have either got the break of this trend line here, you could put it in a pre-planned buy order somewhere around about this high, or you could have actually then bought off this confirmation of this candlestick here and bought in around about the 159.20 area, in which case you'd be sitting at around about a 65 point gain, or a 80 point gain had you got in slightly earlier. So that's just an interesting way on how to trade the news. Identify when there's some major news coming out, look at the market, especially if it's consolidating and squeezing, then look at areas where you can buy or sell outside of those areas of constraint, with a view that if there's some negative news, that price will push down. If there's some positive news, price will push up. And thank you very much, and happy trading from FountainFX.